Good afternoon. Welcome to a little stream I've put together for the excuse me, the Xbox E3 Fan Fest. Yep. Sorry, just looking at my messages there. E3 Xbox Fan Fest. So this is Microsoft's presentation. The Fan Fest was it was a link they sent me out during the week. I think what they're doing is a hour's Q&A with Phil Spencer and a few others. So yeah, I thought I'd get in on that, get in early before the real thing kicks off at 6. So yeah, here we are, just gonna watch it. Let me know what the video sounds like, what other levels. Can you actually even hear it? Just turn it down a little bit. So yeah, here we are. This kicks off at 5. And I've got an hour. So I think Sen might be joining me at some point. So hot and thirsty. It's been quite a weekend for heat. It's awful. But we won the football, so that's all good. England won, beating Croatia 1-0. Despite not playing, I don't think. Well, they played okay, but it was a dull old game, wasn't it? Very dull. So this is going to be a very loose affair. If you see me away from the desk, I won't stay glued to this seat. There's moments where I need to go for a wee or whatever. It's hot in here. Move my mic out away a bit. Hopefully you can still hear me.
Our program will begin in just a moment.
Oh, there we go. I've never done one of these before, so I don't know what protocol is about. How much you talk over it, or how much you just let them get on with it. We'll see how it goes.
Hey Xbox fans, welcome to the Xbox Fan Fest Watch Party. My name is Brina Hatcher and I am your host for today. I've been a part of the Fan Fest team for 6 years and have produced and been a part of many of our in-person events. Although I miss being able to be in person and celebrate with you, it's been great to include more Xbox fans from around the world doing these experiences digitally. We hope to have in-person back as well in the future. Whether you've been to a previous in-person Fan Fest or a digital one, or just joining us for the first time today, welcome everyone. I've talked a lot about events, but Xbox Fan Fest is now more than just that.
I must strictly read the script. Is someone on a gun to her head?
To learn about our exclusives, special offers like Fan Fest gear, access to exclusive digital experiences like this one, sweepstakes, and more. Today is all about bringing the Xbox fan community together.
Read it.
And creating an inclusive place to connect with each other. Only by watching on this site do you get a chance to participate with other self-proclaimed fans and interact with the family of Team Xbox and Team Bethesda. We'd love it if you follow us on social at Xbox and use our hashtag XboxFanFest for any conversation about this event. We truly enjoy seeing your interaction and entertainment. Before we jump into our program, here's a little bit more detail about what you can do to get the most out of today. There should be a chat box open on your screen, but if not, you can open it by clicking on the icon with the 3 lines in the bottom corner.
No way in hell
Choose
am
a
I
display
entering
name
the
to
chat.
join the conversation. In the Q&A tab, you can submit your question for our special guests. We'll be picking these questions randomly throughout the show and giving you a shout out by calling out your display name. If you need any assistance, please reach out to the FanFest team in our moderator tab. A reminder that today is all about having fun, so please follow our digital code of conduct and be friendly and respectful in the chat. At the bottom of the page, there's also a link to our FanFest gear shop. Earlier this week, we asked you to submit your gaming questions to our panel of special guests. We got a ton of great submissions, so thank you, but we had to narrow it down to just a few. If you didn't get your question answered, not to worry, there will be plenty more additional opportunities like this one in the future. And as a reminder, you still have the chance to submit your questions in the Q&A tab. Let's get this party started. All right, it's time to welcome in our very special guests. Joining us today is Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer. Head of Xbox Creator
really
Experience, Sarah Bond.
Oh, it's as smooth as one of
everyone.
our podcasts. I'm telling you.
Head of Xbox Games Marketing, Aaron Greenberg.
Me handing over to Jimmy.
Good morning, everybody.
And head of Bethesda Marketing Communications, Pete Hines.
Hi.
Hey, everyone. It's so good to have you all here. Phil, I bet fans are peeking behind you to see what Easter eggs they might be able to find on your shelf. You got any hints
No Easter
for us?
eggs. No Easter eggs. Maybe
Hey,
there's
Sarah,
like a
it's
little
great
mini
to-
Aaron Greenberg behind me somewhere.
Oh.
Oof.
Hey, Sarah, it's great to see you. I see you've got some FanFest gear on and in the background, and you got a mug. You've got your gamer tag on that mug?
I actually do. Well, I'm drinking from this mug because it's big and I really need big mugs to drink from. But this
That's a good one.
does have my gamer tag, Sarah Bond, on it, as famously told to the world by Pete Hines.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for
Almost like us
representing our
stealing
FanFest
everyone's
gear.
email address on their voicemail submissions
Hey, Aaron,
on the last
so
podcast.
good to have you here as well.
Sorry.
I think the last time you joined us for FanFest, you were in Montana. Where are you joining from us today?
I'm in a little place called Redmond, Washington, on the headquarters, the Microsoft campus headquarters here.
Fellow egg.
And man, I am so excited. What a big day for the team, and just wish I was there to give all our fans a hug and a high five in person.
Well, thanks
It's
for
like,
joining
where
us
in the
today.
world is Aaron Greenberg?
Yeah, right? It's a fun game.
Yeah.
Hey, Pete, so great to have you here as well.
I'm so excited to be here. This is awesome.
How have you been enjoying the Xbox and Bethesda partnership so far?
It's been amazing. I get to work with Greenie really closely and Sarah and Phil, and honestly, we've gotten to know so many people in the organization. It's been awesome to see how similar our cultures are, and so excited, as Greenie said, for today and to show everybody what all of us have been working so hard on to show our fans.
Absolutely.
Well, awesome. Thank you all for being here today. Prior to the event, we asked the fans to submit questions to you both in writing and in video. They can also ask a question in the Q&A tab during this
Hello,
live
Seddon.
stream, and we'll select from those and I'll direct those questions to you all. It's time to start sharing those questions with you now. I know the fans are really excited to see if their questions were selected. Aaron, our first question is for you, so let's take a look at our first fan video.
Hello, Xbox. My name is Yukedu, and this question is for
You're
Aaron.
really quiet, Sen, but I think you asked if I'd got a question. I didn't.
You've been here since almost the beginning. What do you think is the biggest thing that has changed about Xbox in the last 20 years? Thanks, and have a great E3 presentation.
Thanks, Uchendo, for that awesome video and question. All right, Aaron, Uchendo wants to know what you think has been the biggest change at Xbox in the last 20 years.
By the way, I just have to say, I recognize Uchendo. He was the first fan years ago when we originally had one of our big launches in New York. He was the first fan in line at one of our events in New York City. So I remember him. I remember him well. God, he's been a passionate fan from the beginning. So I just want to say thank you for that. So like when the video came and I saw your face, I was like, oh my God. So I'd say, it's been a journey for us. I think we've learned a lot. Like literally every single year, it feels like
I'm so incredibly
sharper as a team.
Sweaty.
I would say that
so hot in this room.
Right now, I feel really just like we're really part of a team that is really pioneering and changing and thinking about the future of gaming. I think the thing that I'm most excited about is how much we focus and just obsess with
it. I'm just sitting up YouTube now to see whether I can echo
most powerful console.
That was another reason why I wanted to do this, to test any settings.
Unfortunately, it's just chucked into an advert.
What an incredible dream.
Well, that's how we roll.
23 first-party studios.
We'll see none of that money
for our fans. The innovation we're doing with
Where's
cloud,
the justice?
what we're doing to really push and bring all our
Leech
games to
off
PC.
Microsoft.
So I just think there's just a lot of goodness and so many people. They've never
4
seen more
people in the old
harder than they are right now. And
watching
I think
along.
the collection of many years.
Let me know what the levels are like. Is the video okay? Can you hear it?
So a lot of team pride.
Are we okay?
And we love what we do. We love working together.
I will shut up
it's just an incredibly positive culture, and hopefully fans can see that from the outside as well.
Yeah, and unfortunately the advert blocked out the whole bit I spoke.
Uchendo, that's awesome, and thanks for your video.
Oh no, I am echoing, so I'll mute.
A question from our Q&A.
Let me try something else.
This question I'm going to direct to Pete.
Let me
It seems to be the screen edit.
Yes.
Echoes, because now I'm coming through okay.
Like I don't decide whether graphics are more important or gameplay. It's really about what kind of experience is the dev trying to create. For us, for a lot of things at Bethesda, the importance of graphics is really about that.
The change I did there was I shared a tab,
world
Chrome tab, instead of sharing my display. So it's obviously the display share that's causing
to be the Doomslayer. You can do all of these amazing things, and the graphics really.
At least we know.
Places
learning on the job. That's what
exactly. That's how we roll.
Feel like it's a real
we do.
World. At the same time, if the gameplay isn't fun, then you're in a beautiful world where it's really boring. So really, it's all about how do you figure out the right balance of those things, because you can do anything, you just can't do everything. It's a very famous Todd Howard quote that I'm particularly fond of, and so it's really about finding the right mix of those for the kind of experience you want your game to deliver.
Awesome. Thanks, Pete. We have time for another fan-submitted question.
I just got obsessed by trying to figure out what football shirt he's got on. I think it's the Seattle Sounders, I think.
J12.
What
is your favorite car you've had on stage, and why is it the Lego McLaren Senna?
I love the question is the answer. That's so good. Well, to be honest, like that's the thing I miss about doing these things in person is like which car is going to be on stage. I mean, people remember we had Lego
how interesting
cars,
this transpires. I might just mute it and we can have a chat at some point.
We were in a meeting and dreamed it up, and our production team's like, let's see if we can get
approval.
It's, okay, we are officially going to drop
as good as the questions that they're asked
of our fans.
But let's be honest, it's as good as the questions they're willing to answer.
Celebrating
yeah,
exactly. Turn 10 and the Playground team, and people know that we've put a real focus on racing and obviously open world racing as well with the Horizon franchise. It's been fun to do the car reveals. Anyway, every year we do something different. I don't know. Maybe there's a car in the show today. I don't know. We'll see. But no physical cars. No physical cars will appear in your living room. So you'll have to wait for next year for physical cars to drop. But I would say the Lego one is definitely going to be a fan favorite.
Thanks, Aaron. Looking forward to figuring out how we can drop cars in people's living rooms. All right, Phil, this next video question is for you. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Gio. Gamertag is Alien Psych. My question is for Phil Spencer. I just wanted to know if there was anything about the pandemic or you being in quarantine that somehow made you have that aha moment about Xbox or gaming, and if it changed the direction of your thinking in any way, shape, or form. Thank you.
Imagine he went, aha, everyone's going to be at home and spending more money on my games.
Thank you for that awesome video and question. All right, Phil, Alien Psych wants to
Cha-ching.
know if the
Yeah.
pandemic
Dollar
and
signs rolled
quarantine
around in
gave
his
you
eyes.
any great ideas.
That shelf used to be empty behind him. Now it's full of high-priced collectibles.
Yeah,
Just nick to your
I think
signs,
it's a really
Right.
thoughtful question, and obviously
Look at
so
the number
many
of
of
controllers
us
he's got.
have been dealing
got more
with
money
a
than
lot of
sense.
stress and emotion and real life circumstances
None
outside
of
of
them are
work and
charged,
outside
though.
of
Yes,
play.
PlayStation.
I'm just really proud of the way the game industry has stepped up to be such an outlet for people, whether that's just I need to get away and escape into play, a way to socialize and connect with friends that I already have, a way to meet new friends when I can't be out in the physical world. You know, we've seen a huge just swell of use and engagement and play over the last 12 months, which has been incredible. I think the thing that's been most impactful for me, and we've been watching how many new friend connections have been made on Xbox Live. And it's literally tens of millions of new friend connections have been made over the pandemic of just
I was going to say, I imagine they all
people,
increased
all
when you got your
the extra
Xbox back.
play that's happening, people finding games that allow people to play
8,000 new
together,
accounts.
and just to know that this incredible art form that I have the privilege to be a part of in gaming has played that important role to so many is something that it's not so much changed the way I think about this industry, but it's definitely accelerated the way we at Team Xbox think about the impact that we can have, because it is about games, it's about gameplay, it's about consoles and PC and cloud and all the things that we're doing. But really at the root of it, it's about people, and it's about the connections that people make through the power of play and how important that is in our lives. And that, I think, has just re-cemented us as a team on the mission that we're on. When everybody plays, we all win. When everybody feels safe and included. When we're putting out some amazing stories that people can play and learn. And all of those things have been fantastic. So this last 12, 15 months have, I think, really just cemented our purpose as a team. And while it's unfortunate we went through a pandemic to get there, it does just kind of really a foundational point of being in this industry is the impact that we can have globally, and that's something that has really landed for us as a team. Good question.
Absolutely. Thank you, Phil. All right, I'm going to take a question from our Q&A submitted questions. This one is for Sarah from Crosby 1986. As Xbox Game Pass continues to grow and become a core pillar of our ecosystem, are developers considering producing games exclusively for Xbox Game Pass?
You know, the thing I love about Xbox Game Pass is that it makes it possible for games to be discovered and played that otherwise maybe we never would have had the opportunity to try. And there's so much more variety that people will be able to play. There's so much more exploration. I'm sure you guys are all experiencing that. And it just makes it possible for really great games
You've got Game
to
Pass,
be
haven't you?
discovered in a whole new
mate.
way. And so
play on your
I don't
PC,
think
though?
it's about a game
Yeah,
being
I've got-
exclusive
'cause
for
I've still got
Xbox
my,
Game Pass, because it's just about gaming, and Game Pass
Xbox
just
One
makes
as
it
well.
possible
Sure,
for those
I must
great
admit, I
games to
haven't
be
switched it on for
discovered and enjoyed by more and more
probably over a
people, and
year
that's
at this
honestly
point.
why I love it. It just
But yeah, I still use
amplifies
Game Pass on the
more
PC.
voices, more
And when I
stories,
say use,
and brings them to
lightly,
all of you
I
in the
download
most
stuff
accessible
and
way
don't
possible.
play them.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Thanks,
great,
Sarah.
isn't it? It's a
We have
fantastic
another
service.
question before our
It is.
next
Well, I think
fan
it
video.
does feed into a lot of
and
what you're saying
this
there.
is for Pete. And this
when
is
you're
from
just
the
subscribing to
Suicide
stuff,
Grunt.
when you're subscribing to
It's
something,
another kind of
there's
answer
I don't know, there's
to the
that question of
So, the future
value,
of
isn't there? I do feel like I'm less inclined to play a game because it's on Game Pass, only
Yeah.
because it's on a subscription. I think, I'll just play it. I'll play it next month or another time. I don't need to play it now because I haven't invested 60 quid in it.
Is the correct
I feel like I have to just go on there and click that
It
button,
is that, actually.
which signifies
and
I've
it is,
I'm interested in it, so I can subscribe. I can download it at any point. I don't even feel the need to download them most of the time. It's just to know that I can play it at some
since
point.
Greeny was there.
That's a value
talked about
proposition.
Greeny being there forever.
Yeah.
I've been at Bethesda about as long as Greeny has been at Xbox, and I've been working with Xbox all that time. And it's just undeniable that Xbox right now, the version of Xbox that we got to join is, in my opinion, the best that Xbox has ever been. And part of what excites us is not like really big stuff. It is the little stuff. When Greeny or Sarah or whomever and I are talking about, well, how do we approach this? Or, hey, maybe we should do this other way. It's not like we all immediately agree with each other, because I just think that's too easy. And for those of us, the four of us have been doing this for decades and decades, and we know that you don't do something like make video games and have everybody just agree to everything. It just doesn't work out like that. And the best thing about our relationship has been our ability to find common ground and to figure out how do we, give a little or take a little or try different things that we're all on board with. I think finding those places where we're not entirely aligned and talking through them and understanding the other side is part of why this relationship is so great. Like, it doesn't manifest itself in a way where every day, like, I don't know, there's birds singing out front of my window in the morning. It's more about, you get to work with people who think about things and approach things similar to you, not exactly the same, because it helps move each of us out of our comfort zones. Even in this thing that you're getting to watch here in a little bit.
Welcome to those watching. What you're watching is us looking at
ideas and suggestions.
Watching. So it's a lot of watching.
All that to find the best version of what we're doing.
We're checking out
is
the
what's most exciting
Xbox
for me,
Fan
and to
Fest.
have
This is
folks
like the pre
like Phil or Matt Booty or
E3
Sarah
stream
or whoever it is
thing
really
that they're doing where fans get to
empower
ask
our
questions
teams to say, hey, we are here to help you make your games even better, and tell us
so far,
how
so
we
very
can
dull.
do that, or we want you to get us your feedback on.
But at least
this
we get to
feature
get
or
a bit of
feature,
a
I think is
voyeur-esque
really
element
going
of
to
it
see
as we
us
watch
start to get
people
so much
watch
better
people
at what
watch
we
people.
do over the coming months and years, and that's what excites me the most, I think.
It's going to be odd
Really
because,
great
as you
insight.
say, I've
Thanks,
got
Pete.
Game Pass.
All right, we're gonna go to
I'm not actually
another
rocking an
fan
Xbox
video.
at the
This
moment,
one
so
is
the
for
next couple of
Sarah.
hours
Let's
is
take a look.
probably a big deciding
Hi,
factor
my name's
into whether
Danny
I want to get
Paparella,
one.
coming to you
That's
from my
interesting.
childhood
Yeah.
home, where in 2011 my mom painted my room to look like Skyrim because I was just so obsessed with the Elder Scrolls series.
She wanted to put him in a dungeon.
It's one of the most immersive games
No,
I've ever
he's still
played.
there.
I was wondering
Yeah.
for all
In
of you,
his mum's
what are some
bedroom.
of the, or what is the most immersive game that you've played where you're like, man, I'm never gonna
I
leave
want my
it.
bedroom to be like
I'm
that.
just gonna live here. Thanks.
What an awesome video and question.
Yeah.
Thanks.
She very politely said, "Oh man," there. That was like, "Oh man."
Next question
Can we
is,
get this dude
wants
off the
to know
stream?
What's the most immersive game you've ever played? And where would you want to stay and live?
Okay, that is really, really hard. I'll give two, and one of them might be a bit of a surprise. So one of them is both Ori's. I just love that game. We played it for hours and hours and hours, a ton of time. We played all as a family in a room, passing the controller around to get through different parts. I think my favorite was watching my daughter get good enough to like beat the like sand monster thing.
What game did you say? Ori.
Yeah.
I just love that game. It's so beautiful.
I wouldn't want to live in it
Pictures
though.
of the vistas and post them on
I mean, it's
chats
lovely,
and
but
stuff.
it doesn't look
But the
particularly
other
appealing
game
to
that
live
I
there.
lived a lot in, I have to say, was Overcooked 2. So also because you can play with 4 controllers and there's nothing like trying to
They can make that fantasy a reality. Just get down to some sweatshop breakfast like diner in America.
About my real life. I do love that game.
So good. So good.
That is
So
awesome.
Sarah.
I love it. I know everyone wants
I want to play
answer that
Overcooked 2 now
question.
with Sarah.
It's so good.
I don't.
That might have to be our next show, a live stream of Sarah and her family
I'd watch
playing
that.
Overcooked.
I'd
Like,
watch
I look at
that.
Aaron Greenberg, bottom left, and I just keep thinking it's
I'd
Kyle
also
Gass.
give a
With,
shout out to that
also
fan.
Kyle. No,
I
is it
think we should
Kyle
have
or
done our
Kyle?
fan fest
The guy
in
from
like,
Tenacious
right there
D.
at Amarillo, and
Yes.
reliving the Skyrim magic would be pretty awesome. So
Agreed.
He does
So
actually. He
cool.
really does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right. we had actual fans submit for their excitement as well. And so we created an awesome highlight reel of our fans' excitement for the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. And we wanted to share that.
It's going to be a biggie, isn't it? This, right, like, it's going to be their massive. I guess when they start to justify the money that's going into this Bethesda deal.
Yeah, I really need some first party games now to play.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I do miss. Having sold my PlayStation 5 is, particularly with Ratchet and Clank coming out this past week, is, you know, regardless of how much those games cost, they're there, aren't they? You know?
Yeah, and I was going to actually pick that up this weekend and start, but you know how it is. Football's on, weekend flies through, and I thought, well, I'll probably leave it a couple of weeks and pick it up now.
Might get cheaper as well.
Well, I mean, I don't know whether it'll drop much, especially if I do it digitally. It ain't going to drop at all, is it? But I just thought, yeah, it'll be collecting dust for a few weeks if I'm behind now. So.
Good luck with the show.
I love that Xbox is no longer just like a hardware platform. It's a software platform that you can find on your phones or PCs, you know, who knows what else. So I'm really excited.
I noticed these pricks haven't got a Hornswoggle message yet, have they?
Xbox, if you could just help me out
Xbox
here,
had nothing.
Grant me one wish, and that wish would be to please give me more
fridge.
information about Starfield. Please.
Heather Spears here, and I'm so excited to see what comes next for Xbox and Bethesda in this show.
Oh, I like the FIFA Pinata thing hanging in the background.
Sitting back and watching
that actually has goodies inside.
I've been an Xbox fan for quite a while.
She's had that for 10 years.
Now that I've seen that, I am tempted to go on eBay and see if I can find one for the back of this room.
20 great years of gaming, and I'm looking forward to the future of gaming. All I know is I'm extremely ready for Halo Infinite.
Let's go.
Oh, there he is again.
Wow.
I wonder if that's what people who watch us think.
Awesome
Look at those losers in their bedrooms.
Yeah.
We'll start with you. What do you think about
More for them, though. I don't sleep in this room. Fuck you, people who think that.
It's kind of two minds for me. One, it's just so great to see the community, how much they love video games, and I
will say though, for a showcase of the community, they did reuse people that had already asked questions.
To record those,
you know, I'd have had a whole raft of other people that they hadn't
also,
allowed
frankly,
to
makes
do
me
questions.
miss our fan fest in person. I can't wait till we get to do that again. It's always one of the highlights of E3 for me. That evening where we have so many people in, and I get to meet so many people, have discussions, and some people I've met year over year, and it's a little bit heartfelt that I see faces, and it just reminds me of what we used to do and will do again. But thank you to everybody who spent so much time putting videos together. They mean a lot to us. So thanks.
I agree. Aaron, your thoughts?
Oh my God, I just love those people. I mean, you can feel the love and the passion. I literally just smiled and laughed and felt like this amazing joy through that. And so thank you all for sharing that. I think to Phil's point, I do miss the in person. I remember the very first fan fest we did at E3 LA,
I do hope
many years
turn
ago.
out to
We just
be
said, hey, we'll
another show
tickets.
where
We don't know if anyone will show up.
Here's Forza, here's
we were
Halo.
at dinner like during rehearsals. And
It's
like,
the usual. Here's a Gears. It's the usual.
To get into
I want those, but I want
we
more than that.
Scrambled. We started to bring.
It is weird, isn't it?
Because
you actually think we know they've got to show that, but as you say, we've seen that and we know that exists, and you almost want to say, well, do kind of a reasonably sized trailer, minute or two trailer for them, but spend most of your time giving us the surprise stuff, the stuff we don't know about.
All over, it's just been incredible to see the energy and
because people are going to buy that come what may, aren't they?
I'd say what we're doing today is kind of
that's the stuff you don't need to sell, isn't it?
We have tens of thousands of fans here that didn't have to travel, that didn't have to.
They're saying about FanFest. Have you ever been to a games convention?
No. I don't think I'd like. I don't think I would like it. I think it's particularly not now in this day and age, but even before, I think
bad
it'd be
time.
Digitally lining up last
a lot
night,
of musty
many hours in
smelling
advance of this event. So
young
that
men.
passion is just awesome to see.
I know, obviously,
And hopefully, you know,
girls
in the
do
next
game,
coming
and that's
year, we get
fantastic.
to-
But
we get to reconnect in
predominantly,
person
the
again.
smelliest ones are going to be the dudes.
Absolutely.
It's weird. I went
bet
to
they're amazing
one in
pizza,
Cologne
though.
in Germany, and
I'm sure they
Did you? I went to the big
some
one.
free
The
pizza.
yeah. My brother was at the time. My brother was trying to do a bit of video game journalism, so he was writing for a few websites,
Hey,
and he
Sarah,
got
what are your
given
thoughts
interviews
as
and
well?
stuff. So he was going over. So I said, I'll come over and have a couple of days holiday with you and go to the convention. And I must admit, it was much like you described, Stu. It was. I mean, one of the strange things is, you know, I thought, you know, we were talking the other day about all of us like meeting up somewhere, and I thought, oh, actually, doing something like that together might be decent. Not right now, obviously, because of the world we live in, but
this reminds me more.
But yeah, I think one of the things that made it really strange for me is for a lot of the time I was there on my own because my brother was off doing interviews and things.
Yes.
And I've got it's just weird, like just standing in queues. Like and I don't know, you don't mind standing in queues so much if you're with your mates because it's fun, but I must admit it was a bit overwhelming, but overwhelmingly bland. Because you couldn't really see anything because the queues were so long.
Plus, once you've made it through that 4-hour queue, it's probably like a 2-minute demo that you're playing.
Well, and God, like being a bit shit at games as well, I had a fear of having a queue of 8,000 people behind me watching me be shit at the game I'm demoing.
Yeah. Oh God, that's the Gamescom. That's the one. That's the worst one I'd want to go to because I think that is the biggest.
I mean, it was. I mean, like I think I don't think it's always in Cologne anymore. I think sometimes I think they've moved it to Leipzig now. I think, but I mean, partly the big selling point was doing a good few days in Cologne as well, which was lovely. Like, really, loads of German beer, and at the time I was a meat eater, so there was loads of sausage eaters. Yeah. Oh my God, man! There was just like you couldn't get anything without there being a sausage stuffed in it. But yeah, sausage and beers for days. But you know, it was very, very busy and very, very hectic. And also there was a bit of language barrier as well. I speak zero German, so that was quite difficult at certain points. Passion and excitement. I learned sausage and beer. That's pretty much it. Or I just said sausage and beer loudly, and I got what I wanted.
That's why you had so much sausage and beer.
Yeah,
because every question you was answering was sausage and beer.
Sausage and beer.
Take those for granted. Like I assure you, whatever the next in-person thing is, wherever in the world it is, I'm going because it's been way too long, and it's way too important, I think, to who we are to stay connected to the folks who are playing our games and support us.
For sure. I myself cannot wait for the moment that we're back in person with our fans. And that's right. You have been at Xbox Fan Fest events in the past, just not while you've been a part of the Xbox family. So forgot about that. I do remember you on a boat in Germany.
By the way, if you do need to pop
back.
off, feel free to. Don't feel you have to be chained to that
I'm
desk.
also hoping because I've seen what you guys are doing.
Come and go as you please.
What I think I'll do is because the main show starts at 6, doesn't it?
Partake in some of
so I'll probably nip out for a ciggy and make a cup of tea before that starts.
This is one of my favorite things that Xbox does because it's so I think it resonates with us so much at that grassroots community level. Like sometimes we're just like, let's find a spot where we can sit down and chat with our fans and let them chat with each other, and just that simple interaction becomes some of the most meaningful and such a great way to find out what our fans are thinking, what they want, what they don't want, because they will definitely tell us both. And it's such an important part of staying connected with the folks who are playing your game.
So do you reckon the lass in the top left-hand corner
listening to our fan feedback,
bedroom's in an absolute tip, and that's why she's got that backdrop?
I love hearing from the fans. All right, Pete.
She's got all her dirty laundry hanging
fan
up.
Video coming up next for you to answer. So let's take a peek.
She's got shelves and shelves. PlayStation
Hi guys,
memorabilia.
my name is Justin.
Yeah.
I've been playing with Xbox for about 20 years now. I recently just got a Series X, so I've really been enjoying that. My quick question for you guys are, what unique game opportunities, environments, gameplay do you think that you'll be able to create?
I really want to see Fable.
Now that you're
I fear I
collaborating,
won't.
Bethesda
The
is
rumours are
collaborating
correct.
with
I don't think
Microsoft.
Fable's
So
gonna be here.
would love to hear what your
Because
responses
all we've
are to
had
that.
was that
Thanks and happy gaming,
one
everyone.
teaser, and that was the Xbox conference, wasn't it?
Thanks,
Xbox
JMF17 for that
Series
video
X
question
announcement,
submission.
wasn't it?
All right, Pete.
About a year ago now, probably wasn't it?
One last summer,
experiences
yeah.
you might create now that Bethesda and Xbox are collaborating.
It's a
Do you
very
reckon we'll
good
ever see the
question,
game?
Justin, and one I know a lot
Or
of
do you reckon
folks
it's a
are
hollow
wondering
promise?
about. I think the thing that I want to make sure everybody has context for is we were operating as a company before the Xbox deal took place.
I can't remember last time I saw Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Primary focus right now is keep those going,
like
get
years
those
ago.
done. At the same time, we've been integrating with Xbox and starting to figure out where are those intersections where there are opportunities to take advantage of new technology or to work with each other in ways that we haven't been able to in the past. Some of those I've seen happen already, and it's super exciting. But game dev isn't what game are we going to start and finish this month? It tends to take a little longer than that. Especially if you're Bethesda Game Studios, it takes a lot longer than that. But not always to Phil or mine. Look, as a marketing person, it's really easy if we could just get a game every year. My life would be. It's when we take a really long time and we have nothing to tell you that my job gets a little tougher. So I think you're going to see those things, but I think they're going to take time as we get teams to start to be able to start their projects in a way where we're taking advantage of things even better. Or again, some of these meetings and conversations we're having about whether it's technology or whatever it is, I think I'm super excited, first of all, about the stuff you're going to see today. And I'm also excited for where all of these teams and products and games are going to be now that they've got such...
I wonder if we get any more
it's historic
studios
access for Bethesda and what we're able to do with first party.
Today.
Well, I mean, certainly they were going on a huge drive bit, weren't they? And then it kind of went quiet. So yeah, I don't know whether that's their conquest lust has been satiated or whether they were all wholesome back for a conference.
Very blunt opinion of exactly what he
but I
thinks.
guess
But now we get to have those
they've spent
conversations
quite a lot,
as part
haven't
of
they? And
first party,
they're probably now in that pattern of going, we need to see some return on that now. We need to see some of those games come through.
What kinds of things should we be thinking about, long term?
It's huge for them, though.
Really,
I mean, I think they have made
in the future, Justin. And
a
honestly,
big play
I think
for this generation, haven't they? By doing
this, are already working on with those things in mind down the road.
Awesome. We're excited for that. Let's take another write-in submitted question. This one is going to be for Phil. And it is, who it's from is Gamertag Pictureman 546. And the question is, what was your first experience with Xbox?
Sorry, my mind just goes filthy when someone drags a sentence out.
Way back. First experience with Xbox was actually Halo. Before the original Xbox.
And look what he's done with his life, and look what I've done with mine.
In a room with Ed Freeze, and we were playing a debug build of Halo.
I've never got on with Halo. Never.
And
tried
frankly,
it so many
point,
times,
I was
but it just
more
doesn't
of a
click with
PC
me.
gamer.
At the time, I really wasn't into shooters at all. And I only bought an Xbox because you could get Football Manager on it, and I was between PCs. And come with Halo, and one day I just went, I might as well try it. I absolutely loved it.
Console, but I was really,
I must admit, the novelty of it has worn off now. I'm certainly not.
I hadn't played at that point. I hadn't played.
Obviously, graphically, it's
Dark, so I was really
better now. I'm probably gaming experience is better, but they've never had that leap that's made me want to keep coming back and back and back. I think once we got to about Halo 3, I think I really was done with
playing those games on PC. So I was a little bit hesitant to playing an FPS on controller, but Ed and I sat down and we were playing on a debug kit for the original Xbox.
There's always just something really generic, I felt, about
for
the
me.
setting.
And then I was on part of the team.
Space Marine type.
Tried to backfill my console knowledge by went out and bought an N64
There's nothing really
and a bunch of things
unique.
It's just not a place that
for me.
I had played. But
that early run of Xbox, and I must admit, most of that first Xbox generation felt like that. It felt like they did.
Really revolutionary.
Let's say very good versions,
like
but very generic games.
On the back, the online gaming,
and they built some franchises out of it. But I'm certainly with you. There's nothing
allowed us to stream
creative or new in it.
Directly off of that hard drive.
Even the storyline is like ripped off of probably every sci-fi Marines type thing there's ever been.
You see,
I think it was just the first, as I say, shooty game that maybe I didn't feel absolutely inadequate at.
Like the SSD and the in the
Probably
Series X and
where
Series
it lost a
S
bit
and
of
the
its
speed
attraction
that
for me is when it
offers.
really
But
did
yeah,
move
that
to
was my
the
first
multiplayer,
experience
because then
with
I started
the
to feel really, really
original
inadequate
Xbox
again
360
as
launch,
lots of people
playing
jumped
an
around
OG
screens in
Halo.
front of me.
And here we are, and maybe we'll see Halo again today, and still play such an
Oh,
important
Phil,
role
you tease.
in our portfolio and for
It was
our community.
it had
which is
that
awesome.
recharging shield, and I think that's
So
what
awesome.
made me
All right,
really
we're going to
like
take
it. Is
another
that
write-in question. This one's
I
going to be
wasn't
for
dying every
Sarah.
5 seconds. I
The
could
question
take a
comes
battering, leg
in
it, and
from
recharge my
the
battery.
Scarecrow 121. What is the best part of your job in gaming that we would not know about?
Oh man, that's hard because I feel like you guys know a lot about me.
I don't even know her name. Sorry, apologies to her.
The best part is honestly the
That's a good
people
point.
that I
Should
get
put
to
our names
work
up.
with.
People might think the same about us.
It's just an amazing group of people.
Yeah, good point.
I have a lot of love for the team, both in what we create together, like the work that we do, but also as human beings. You know, like this last year has been super tough for a lot of us. And every day I knew I could come downstairs and I could log on and I could look in the screen and I could do something to make the world better. And I could do something with people who saw me, not just for my work, but as a human being.
Yeah.
I guess
And
she's
value
some sort
me
of
just
community manager or
as
something.
who I
is she,
am.
you know,
Like
or-
I've never felt like at Team Xbox I needed to be anybody else but Sarah. And that really is the best part of this. Really is.
I couldn't agree more, Sarah.
So yeah,
really
welcome to the
mirrors how I
stream.
feel
If you just
as
joined
well.
us,
So thank you for sharing
we're watching
that
the
with us.
Xbox Fan Fest,
Okay, we
the
have
pre-show
another
to the
fan
main event
video,
at 6
and
o'clock.
this question is for
With
everyone.
community
So let's
Q&A
take a
with
peek, and afterwards
these
we will
nameless
go through
individuals
and get
here.
everyone's answers.
But yeah, if you've got any chats you want,
Hi.
comments you want to throw in the chat.
My name is Florian, Facets of Flow, and this is a question to all of you. What was the funniest or weirdest moment of your gaming career?
And I know we're talking over him a little bit, but
I
often
have a
it's to
feeling
do
there's
with
going to
the
be some
general
really
level of
good
interest that the
answers
question
for this
might have
one.
brought.
All right,
I'll go
thanks,
last,
Florian, for that
just so
question.
we're clear. I'll go last.
This could be
Okay,
good, then.
that means that you're going to have the best one for us then, Phil. All right, Facets of Flow wants to know, what is the funniest or weirdest moment of your gaming career? Let's start with you, Pete. You're on the hot seat.
Boy, that's a really good question. The actual answer to this, I have sworn that I am not
No ask us
giving
anything,
publicly
no, let's
until
be
I
honest.
retire from Bethesda. So
When
you're
I
gonna
had to
to
have
wait
my
for that
Xbox
one.
controller moved from my arsehole,
Okay,
someone's going to say,
or
oh,
a tweet or
But the I think my favorite one is actually from the year that we showed Oblivion at E3 for the first time, and we actually got to show it in the Microsoft briefing that year, and then we did our own demo in this little room, and that morning the convention center on that side lost power, and the air conditioning got knocked out as a result. So when the power came back on, we had no AC. So we basically had like hot yoga Oblivion demos because it was so hot in that room. And I just remember, like, I hope everybody can like stay awake and get the sweat out of their eyes long enough to pay attention to this amazing game that it was a really surreal, and all the fans had to blow into the PC so that because we were really pushing that graphics card, so we had to make sure it didn't overheat. So it was more important to keep the graphics card cool than the people in attendance. I just remember that being a really surreal experience, both how crazy everybody was about Oblivion and how excited they were, but also just the experience of it's 85 degrees in a room with a bunch of
That did look
really
amazing
hot
at the time.
people.
Oblivion.
It was not.
You're right. It did look
look forward to
amazing.
never doing
I'd
that
say a
again.
shit story though. If his weirdest or funniest moment is it was hot in a room once, he needs to do some more. He needs to get out more, doesn't he?
All right, Sarah.
It's no, I cradle the shit at work, is it?
Maybe weirdest or most surreal, honestly, was walking out on stage at E3. I mean, you just sort of can't believe it.
It doesn't come close to yours, Stu.
You know, at some points when I was saying some things, people were cheering so loud I couldn't speak, and I just started laughing, and then I realized I was going to like forget my script because I was laughing. So That was pretty surreal. And I think funniest, though
got,
maybe I only think this is funny because I was geeky, is one time
just let her talk.
Phil and I went on a
Hold on.
trip to Japan, and I, for some reason, forgot my cards. And for those
Forgot
of you
the
who know
purse.
Japan, it's very official. You have to hand over your card. And so he gave me some of his
I
cards.
think
and
we've
I
got Square
wrote my
Enix
name
later
and
as well.
number on
I'm
the
not
back.
I'm not
So there's
streaming that, but
who have
I'm
these
sure
business
that's
cards.
late this evening. I'll be interesting to see if they show any Black Panther stuff for Avengers, because I'm still playing that game.
With my phone number on the back.
Avengers 2, hopefully. Move on from that atrocity.
That's awesome.
I remember that.
As I said to you, though, I'd love to see a Marvel Comics version of that Avengers game using that engine, but maybe being more
probably hundreds of thousands of
comic characters and
Hundreds. One day we'll write a book.
I guess then being a bit more variation because they can tap into
All right, Phil, I'm gonna
loads of generic
go to
villains
you
from
on
Yeah,
this
I
one.
can
and
go.
then we're gonna have to
So
go to the
I was
next
thinking
video.
about this, and the moment that always will stick with me is the moment we announced Back Compat on stage at E3, and it wasn't. There was multiple things about it. It's not really the funniest, but just in terms of standing there, and as
Thanks,
Sarah
Phil.
said, amazing people.
Well, you're not answering the question
do a
then, are you,
lot
Phil?
of work to.
He built it up
have
as
the
well,
words
didn't he? He
that
said,
come
"I'll go
out of our
last.
mouth,
I've got this," and it's like, well, it's not really funny.
Feel great. And
Thanks.
so for people who don't know, haven't been in the Microsoft Theater where we're doing it, there's teleprompters up so that I don't forget what I'm supposed to say. And so the people in the crowd can actually turn their head and they can read the teleprompter slightly ahead of me if they want to know what's coming. So as I was sitting there, like I could see, because I start down the talk track on Back Compat, and the people in the audience are starting to turn and read the teleprompter because we didn't really give any hints that we were going to do Back Compat for 360. And it was amazing the amount of just energy in that room. Like, but by the time I got to the point where I'm actually saying the words about Back Compat, as Sarah talked about, like nobody could hear me because the auditorium, like the theater, was already just such a buzz. And the thing that just always lands with me about that moment is it's really about us. Like, and I even see it going into our show that's going to start in whatever 30, 20 minutes. People will tell me, like, I don't want to know the leaks. I just want to be entertained. I want to be there as part of the community. I feel like I'm part of the community. I mean, how many of these videos we're watching today, and people have more Xbox swag than I do, and their rooms are painted in Skyrim. It's like awesome that people are just, it's a community that feels so connected, and that just is rooting for each other, rooting for us when we're standing on stage. We're all just human. I think Pete said that we're all fallible. We'll all make mistakes. But sitting there on that stage at that moment and just feeling the collective energy of the thousands of people there that were literally reading the lines ahead of me and doing a better job. That's one. And then the second one, I just want to say, is the last E3 that we had, 2019. My two daughters were there. It was the first time my two daughters had been in the audience, and the production team did a really nice job. In one moment, when I'm out in the audience reading one of the sections, of positioning me so I'm right next to them, and they're both in their 20s now, and they're amazing adults. But it was really nice to be there with them in the audience so they could feel what Dad has been spending probably too much of his life doing for so long. I walked out and gave them both a noogie, which I think for everybody in the audience is why is he attacking these people in the audience? But it was just a moment that meant something to me to be there.
An amazing coincidence,
the Microsoft Theater, and
when he was telling his first story,
there in the
I was wondering how he's going
to
to tell his wife or justify why he's got such a small section for his family in the background.
No one likes a noogie.
Such a huge section for merchandise.
That wasn't very nice.
The balance is slightly off, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I agree.
All right, we've got one final fan submitted video. Let's take a look.
Swimming badge, swimming
Hi
certificate
there,
or
my
something
name is
like
Greg
that.
Nurse. I'm probably Xbox's #1 puppet fan in the whole wide world. I was wondering, do you have a favorite genre? If so, what is it? Also, I just wanted to say, you and all of the rest of the Xbox team are truly awesome, and we're lucky to have you. Roll on E3. I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming to Xbox. Yeah.
Thanks, Gregness. You're awesome too. I love that video. Such creativeness from our fans. All right, Aaron. Gregness wants to know.
Let's get some fucking puppets, Stu.
Genre.
And that's the takeaway from this stream.
Well, I'm going to cheat a little bit. First, I think Gregness should have hosted our show. That is just an amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's a slide, isn't it?
Genre.
Yeah.
I mean, what I honestly love is playing all the different games.
Can you be bothered to tidy your room, love? Get ready next year having a puppet.
Because I have some incredible fan
Oh
memories.
dear,
But I
burn.
think the one that stood out for me is we got to I officiated a wedding in Brazil at a fan fest. We married a couple that met playing Gears of War. We actually cut the cake with a Lancer. We had the whole cake Gears of War themed, and just the passion that we get from fans at events like that. Being on a boat, in Germany, or I've been asked to get up and dance with fans on stage and have people, just whatever it is, whatever the moment is, like just being able to jump in with fans and celebrate that true passion, I think is what makes it special.
I love the fact that it sounds like in Brazil, honestly, anyone can officiate a wedding.
Shooter games, like
no licenses required, no expertise.
Is what I'm most excited about.
That's awesome. All right. Phil and I chatted before
Cut
the
the
show
tension with a
and
knife.
decided that this event needed a giveaway. So today we're going
I
to be
thought
giving
the bloke
away
asked
an
him
Xbox
what
Series
their
X
favourite genre of
and
games
an
was.
Xbox Series S.
Didn't he?
Phil, can
The
you let
puppet? Or
everyone
did I
know
dream
who
that
the
bit?
winners are?
You did.
I can.
Because I think no
So
one
I'm
answered
gonna
it apart from the
start
guy
with
who said, I
Xbox
married
Series
a couple,
S.
which isn't the genre of game as far as I'm aware.
Pull a piece of paper out of the virtual
Oh,
hat.
we might have won.
Arsenio Parker has won an Xbox Series S.
I can be Arsenio Parker. Stu, put my name up on the screen as Arsenio Parker. On a free Xbox.
And now,
What would
the
it
big
take for you
fridge,
to
Xbox Series X.
get one of them? What
I probably won't be long
games-
anyway. I think inevitably, Stu, I will get one. I'd always planned. I've always been at some point in a generation, I always have both. I just like the idea of the PlayStation first. It just had more games I was interested in. But I think like today or this
Yes, not the fridge.
conference is probably just my deciding factor to whether I get one towards the end of summer or Christmas sort of time. And probably the biggest thing that will impact it is price and availability at the time.
Yes.
Well, the thing is, I'm glad I went for
Let's
them.
disregard that.
But the thing is, I'm glad I went for the
Congratulations to
PS5
our
because I
winners.
think if I'd have been the other way and trying to get hold of one of them at the moment,
Sarah,
it's
Aaron,
very
and
difficult,
Pete
isn't
for
it?
joining
But,
us today in this exclusive FanFest Q&A. We really
I don't know.
appreciate
Something
your
could
time
wow
and
me
excited
over
to
the next
see what
couple of
you have to
days, and it
share
might
with
make me
us
go crazy
in
and
the
just buy one
Xbox
now.
and
But
Bethesda showcase.
yeah, it's on the docket to get one at some point.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Feel free to say goodbye to the fans.
Bring on the puppet. Get off the screen. Bring the puppet.
Thank you, Xbox FanFest fans, for tuning in early to this Q&A. Hang tight and stay here to watch
fair,
the
he's got
full
a point.
broadcast experience starting shortly in just 14 minutes.
It's like
We will be
watching,
creating
as I said at the
highlight
very
reel of
start,
fan reactions
it's
from
like
the
watching a
showcase.
WWE promo.
Make sure to record your reactions
Oh,
to your
pre-show
favorite
shite,
moments
innit?
and submit them to us. During the showcase,
I wonder,
continue
like,
the
whether they've ever
conversation
thought
with
of
the
doing that,
community in
like
chat.
having a,
Don't
you
forget,
know, like how
there will
they
also
have
be
the
some pop-up
pre-show
polling.
match.
I'll be back
If
after
they've
the
all
show
ever
to
thought
talk
about
to a
dropping
bit
a
more
cheeky
about
trailer
upcoming
in
events
on the
and
pre-show just to
opportunities,
try and
so
make
stick
it,
around.
I don't know, a bit
That's
more
what I
of a
was
thing going
hoping,
forward.
but no, we didn't get anything.
Got a puppet.
Right. I think that's a good time to take a drinks and fag break at that point.
Yes. Yeah, I'll go and put the kettle on. I would make you one, Stu, but I don't think we can pass them virtually yet. We're not quite.
I'll keep the stream running.
We'll be back.
Yeah, but we'll be back around 6. I'll probably be back in a few minutes, but we'll
Yeah, I'll be
come
5-10
back to
minutes next.
the main show. So
All right, speak
I'll
to you in a
remove
minute.
our streams and yeah, see you in a bit.
Bye.
We don't want me, do you? on the stream. Can you say hello?
Hello.
When you're talking, you're talking to the mic.
Hello.
Change. Do you prefer PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Oh no.
Why? Why oh no? Why oh no?
Oh no, you can like Xbox if you want.
Why did you say oh no?
Because we haven't got a PlayStation anymore.
We have.
Oh, that's right, you got PlayStation 4 back yesterday, didn't you? Because Uncle Chris brought it back. So I lent it to him, didn't I?
That's me.
Is it? Can you wave to everyone? Can you wave at the camera? Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Can you say bye-bye?
Bye-bye.
So I've unmuted. Have you got any predictions for the Xbox showcase? What games would you like to see on Xbox?
Astrobot.
Astrobot. And what else?
Spidey.
A Spider-Man. Oh dear.
What?
Because they're all PlayStation games. Anything else?
Star.
Star game. Okay. You get a Star Wars game.
And a controller game.
Controller game.
And a wing game.
Have you got a message for the world?
Hello, bye bye. Hello, bye bye, Walter.
Oh, bye bye, Walter. Okay. Is Walter your best friend? Say bye bye.
Bye bye.
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that message from Benjamin to the world. I think I've been on mute the whole time, haven't I? I think I have. Welcome back. We're just now waiting for the Xbox stream to start. Come back with a nice cup of tea. I think Seden's had a crafty fag. I need to click on that. Trying to get my levels right. Welcome back.
Perfect timing.
Yep. Yeah, I definitely heard any of Benjamin's appearance on it.
Oh no! Did he sing us a song?
He was busy. He basically said that he wanted Astrobot and Spidey to be on the Xbox. He wants them to be announced. And his message
on Astrobot, but
his message to the world was goodbye, Walter. Now, Walter is his best friend, so that sounded rather ominous to me.
Walter White from Breaking Bad?
Possibly.
Oh.
He's already on meth.
Yeah, I was going to say, getting himself into that meth business early.
All right, here we go.
I presume we're going to start off with something chunky, traditionally, didn't we?
I'll just turn up a little bit.
Oh, it's for the grown-ups.
Oh. Slightly disappointing.
Speaking of disappointing, if there's any lulls at any point, we can have a little chat about Ubisoft yesterday, because I only caught some of it, but you were quite let down by it, I think, weren't you? I was trying to watch the football at the same time, so I was kind of half in, half out on it.
Let's do this.
"20 years. That's how long Xbox has been with us. And like you, this is a moment I always look forward to. I love seeing the new games, crossing my fingers for my favorites to return, hoping for a few surprises. Most of all, though, I love seeing everyone around the world come together and celebrate what games mean to all of us. And I think, this past year, they've meant even more. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the support you give us and one another. Xbox is turning 20, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the friendships we've had that whole time. At Bethesda, we believe video games do one thing better than anything else. They transport us. Through art and technology, there's real magic when you step into a new world and can make it your own. We've traveled the worlds of Elder Scrolls, of Fallout, and now, for the first time in over 25 years, we're creating a new universe with Starfield.
Here we go.
Set hundreds of years in our future, it's an epic about hope, our shared humanity, and answering our greatest mystery. It's a game we've dreamt of playing, and it wasn't until now that we have the hardware, the technology, and the team who's hard at work at home to make that dream a reality. We're excited to finally share our first in-game teaser and something to look forward to.
Starting big.
Constellation Starship Frontier, we have you on scanners. Performing remote systems check. Helium-3 tanks check.
It's a nice thing to have on your resume, isn't it? Going, we created these games, come and buy our next one.
We are still go.
They say, the wonder is, not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family. What you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
We reach your constellation.
This is all we've been working towards.
Jemison route looks good.
We've come to the beginning of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure. Graviton loop array full check. Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're here.
Main engines go. Ignition.
To discover what's out there.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
I'm surprised they dated it so soon. I mean, I'm well up. If they can mix, Fallout with No Man's Sky or Elite, that could be a win for me.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's right in their wheelhouse as well, isn't it? Of going, if they just bring the gameplay styles that they've managed to do so well on other games, then the setting almost doesn't matter. But it's nice to see it in a different setting, isn't it?
It is awesome to share with you for the very first time one of the most anticipated games.
So I'll have to remember during this one's easy, but on the other ones there'll be American dates, won't they? So
a groundbreaking game.
That's in the past.
It's
that sort of thing.
Welcome to the Xbox
There's not that many months. What are you on about?
Showcase.
Yeah.
I am so excited and proud to be here today celebrating games. Because although it's been an incredibly tough year, I am grateful that games have been such
Changed
an
outfit
important
since we saw her 20
source of
minutes
joy
ago.
and connection. We are committed to forging the next era of gaming, conjuring worlds never before possible, unlocking play across all devices, and delivering the power of games to everyone. And now, we get to share that quest with Bethesda, not just as partners, but as one team.
By the way,
united in bringing the very best
one of the things that stood out to me in
more
that trailer,
people everywhere.
and it just goes to show
So
how my
today,
mind works,
we
is
get to reveal more
there
of
was
what's
a
to come.
half-eaten sandwich,
We have an amazing show.
but there was a
30
perfectly
titles,
round bite
27
taken out of it, and I just
Xbox
become
Game
fascinated with
And
that,
of
of going,
course,
who
every
bites
single
that
console title
perfectly
you'll
and
see
then
today
leaves
is
it?
optimized for Xbox Series X and
I need to get
S,
out more.
offering next-gen performance, speed, and features. We get to work with the best studios on Earth. Next is something truly riveting. The latest entry in the haunting and evocative franchise created by GSC Game World, Stalker 2. Coming first to Xbox Series consoles
Never
and
played
PC.
any.
No.
This will
I think
be
I
a
own
true
some.
next-gen
I think I own
experience,
Stalker.
targeting
but-
4K resolution and ray tracing. Let's take a look at what you'll get to play when it launches next year.
Ля как спарит. Ну, чё там?
Готово.
Ну и пошли они нахрен.
Спасибо тебе. Ты многим сталкерам жизнь спас.
Ну, давай, малюй картину маслом.
Yeah, that's nice.
Had me at the kind of gypsy punk guitar.
Вот поэтому я ни в какие разборки и не лезу. Не хочу пулю поймать.
Ну, не знаю. Между аномалией и маслиной я уже лучше пулю выберу.
я прям вижу красоту эту. Не первый год в зоне, вроде примелькалась уже, а каждый день удивляет.
Зона надоесть не может. Говорят, ты знаешь, где вход в фундамент.
Узнаешь мотив? Слышал? Вот это культура! А ты одно и то же по кругу лобаешь.
Сам же просишь. У меня музучилище, если что.
О, месье, прошу прощения. Может, вам к ученым? Профессура. Они вам лабораторию найдут.
Да пошел ты.
Зря ты так с друзьями. Ты же его на вылазки таскаешь.
Чего-чего, а дружбы в зоне я точно не встречал.
Это верно.
Он мучился?
Нет.
Это хорошо. Он этого не заслужил.
А пулю заслужил. Жаль, что ты так с ним поступил.
Мне тоже.
I wonder if this game's all in Russian.
Я не думал, как обойтись без
Quite like the idea of it. I mean, I wonder whether you'd lose it after a while following the subtitles, especially if things are you're trying to shoot stuff at the same time. But,
it's a bold choice, isn't it?
It kind of adds a bit of atmospherics to it, though, doesn't it?
Зона дала мне жизнь, новую жизнь, жизнь, которую я готов вернуть, если потребуется. Я буду защищать ее.
Looks stunning.
Всегда. Охренеть.
Похоже, пора.
И куда ты теперь?
В Припять. Нужно с ним поговорить.
Удачной охоты, сталкер.
Quite like the setting as well. I mean, I think that's why I picked up the first one. I love the idea of going into Chernobyl, but never, as I say, never got around to playing it yet. But maybe
that's representative of what the graphics in it, what it will look like on Series X, and damn, that looked good. Blood.
We're surviving here, rebuilding.
This
surviving's not enough.
We know about this though, don't we? There's been stuff about that this week, hasn't there?
No, we don't need to do anything. All right, when was the last time you saw written in any numbers?
However, this is coming to the Game Pass launch as well. This is going to be the announcement for that.
Yeah. Again, it does look like it'll be fun, doesn't it?
I mean, Amanda and I loved Left 4 Dead 1.
I never played 2, I only ever played 1, and I did like it.
Let's go.
Through here. Come on. God, I love Mondays. Another day in paradise. Just like on the map. I'll run. Getting high with your best friend. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Completely Left 4 Dead, isn't it?
We've got
Yeah.
one shot. Let's make it count.
And some of those audio cues just.
And some of the visuals, obviously, like it really is that kind of shout back to it, and like tempts me with that 4-player co-op, and I figure we could get online and play that, and then just get Midge in, and Midge can do all the work, and we can just talk shit.
Is there a piggyback button?
Yeah. Carry me. One on the front, like a papoose, one on the back.
See, that was coming to Game Pass. It was confirmed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm presuming a lot of these are going to be Game Pass, aren't they? I mean, not much to see, but I quite like the vibe of it. Made me think a bit Uncharted-y, but set in the 70s. Yeah, I think quite cool. Never played it and really feel like I should have.
Yeah, same here.
Seems right up my open world building shit.
Poop decks. What's not to like?
Oh, yeah.
I assume there's poop decks
from beyond the horizon. A new danger is coming on the tides, and the one who might stop this ruin, trapped for all forever in the sea of the damned. Now, to save the pirate life, you must start by saving the life of one.
It's got a dog in it as well. I'm in.
Oh, didn't realise we had company.
Oh, fuck off, I'm out.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Oh no.
But I suspect you already knew that.
I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? But it makes sense. I mean, he's such a marketable character. You almost go, why didn't they do it sooner? But
a darkness followed him here, and if
I
it's
just
not
can't stand
stopped,
it outside
this
of Pirates
world will
1.
sink into shadow.
This sea holds many secrets.
Ah, a new body at last.
All I can do is show you the way.
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews, bloodthirsty mermaids, a legion of dead, angry pirates. Ah, yes. And now, one Davy Jones. Hello! Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
I wonder if this is an event or DLC.
Well, without the attack.
I'm going to guess DLC.
There's a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy that!
I don't suppose, by chance, there's a second one of those?
I mean, the humour suits, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
I'll be interested because I don't know anyone who plays it, and it'd be interesting to see someone who does play the game, whether that's a selling point from, or whether it's something that would turn them off a little bit.
Free content, though. That's
yeah,
good. That's great.
Get bold move, and probably a very clever move.
Oh wow.
presumably all going on Game Pass.
Hey, how's it going?
Let's do this! Reputation is everything. If a Yakuza shows weakness, he's done. Time to call a friend!
I mean, Mid swears by this game, doesn't he? He loved it.
Yeah, and I'd love to give it a go, but I keep telling myself I need to play every other Yakuza game first.
Yes.
What the? Happy birthday!
I mean, what's not to
Oh, available today. That's nice that they're in some available today stuff in there as well.
Battlefield 2042?
Yeah, never played one. And I don't think I ever will.
The Russian troops are falling back. Do whatever you can to secure the sector.
I mean, I guess if you're into first-person shooters, it's grand, but...
Do not let them regroup.
I mean, they're in an interesting place of Battlefield because, you know, Call of Duty seems really intent on following that Battle Royale market, don't they?
Yeah.
But which leaves a bit of a gap in the market for a military-style, massively multiplayer shooter, I would say. In a more traditional sense.
Yeah, more about surviving and winning a conflict rather than solo surviving, laying in a bar.
Mock it. It's a solid strategy.
Kind of. That's one of my. It's the thing that got me to buy a gaming PC, Stu, seeing you laying in a bath on. What was it you were playing at the time? I can't even remember.
That was PUBG.
It was PUBG, yeah.
I mean, if this is your bag, it probably looks nice, but it just doesn't interest me at all.
And the thing is, it's hard for me to judge how good it looks because it looks the same as all the others to me. Although I guess the modern setting and the modern warfare probably is something different to what I'm used to, because we are used to seeing more historical games like this, aren't we? Like World War II stuff.
And the weather effects seem interesting.
Yeah.
Especially that front. The new Death Star looking like this.
I want that spaceship. I want to be in that. Or that or the tank. One of those two. Sod being in a parachute or running around on the ground. Give me the big metallic vehicles to hide in.
So, how was your day?
Oh, you know.
I have something to share.
What is this, my birthday?
We're having a baby.
Police, you're under arrest for your father's murder 8 years ago.
What's going on?
Shut up! You know what this is.
You've been lying to me all this time?
I should never have told you.
I'm out of patience.
What? I know I say this a lot, but I love you.
It's not 19
I
months.
say this a lot too, but back at you.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Didn't we see a teaser? We saw a teaser for that before, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I felt like it was something I'd written down at a previous conference to say, yeah, that really interests me.
Approaching the mother load. I can't believe I'm really here. Psychonauts
Yeah.
headquarters.
Oh.
Look at all these gadgets.
Well, that's it. Where do I get an Xbox Series X from?
I'm ready for anything.
justice!
The fate of the free-thinking world is in your hands.
I'm afraid that means the dead letter office for you.
The mission is falling apart. A psychonaut must always remember how to roll with it.
This is good.
What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
This is a mission about the fate of the world. Can you do that?
Yes, if I can find some bacon.
I'm going to ignore that last part.
Wow. August.
It looks like a really pretty Psychonauts, and yeah, I mean, I think I will have to, although I doubt I'll be able to get one before August 25th. Well, there's none in stock anywhere, is there? But yeah, that's much like some of the stuff that PlayStation shows.
The moment when I say hello,
that's sort of system
and
seller
welcome to
for
the
me.
Bethesda E3 showcase. We love that we can share the stage with Xbox this year, and whether you've known Bethesda for 35 years or are just getting to know us, we couldn't be happier to bring you the latest on your favorite games. We started this showcase with my good friend Todd Howard, who gave you a first look at Starfield. Along with Bethesda Game Studios, all of our teams are continuing to work on the projects that have been in development since well before we joined the Xbox family. So rest assured, the games you've been expecting and hoping for are still in the works. And today, we're bringing 10 more titles to Game Pass for a total of 30 Bethesda games.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was on there either to close the chat so I could get full screen.
Award-winning Doom Eternal.
Sexy.
If you're looking for
trailers.
another reason to play it, Doom Eternal will be optimized for Xbox Series X and S on June 29th.
This is another one that Mid really liked, wasn't it? He was a big fan of Doom Eternal, wasn't he?
Who owns Doom Eternal. And on Series X, it will offer improved visuals at 60 FPS
Doom
with ray
64.
tracing, a 4K mode, and an optional performance mode up to 120 FPS.
Wow, okay.
Or maybe you're in the mood for an RPG, like Skyrim, which marks its 10th anniversary this November.
10 years, that's crazy.
We can't celebrate it without you.
Never
So
played
share
it.
your favorite Skyrim memories, stories, artworart, and more on
I was playing.
SkyrimTime.com.
What's the one before Skyrim?
Explore an ever-changing host of
Oblivion was
apocalyptic
terrible.
wasteland,
Yeah, and
Fallout
I think I was
76.
about 200 hours
Everything you
into
love about
Oblivion
Fallout
and thought I'll play Skyrim when I ever
Custom
finished
camp
that and never
storylines, warring
finished it.
factions, unique characters, places to discover, you'll find it all here. In fact, Fallout 76 is now one of the most popular games on Game Pass thanks to an incredibly welcoming and collaborative community. Here's a look at what's coming next in Fallout 76.
Brotherhood of Steel are the guardians of human civilization. Fort Atlas is safe. It came at a great cost.
The Brotherhood must stand united. The super mutant threat takes priority.
Yeah, I think it got a bad rap, Kenny. Fallout 76. I have played it, but only got the first couple hours, and
Shin. The most
it
important
just seemed
thing
like
is
more
finding
Fallout to
everyone
me.
that has gone
I
missing
didn't really
and
understand
returning
what the
them
problem
home.
is.
It was weird. It was that negative feedback. So I really like Fallout games, but it was the negative feedback that stopped me from playing it, and I never actually picked it up and tried it because again, it was. I kept reading it was a broken game, but I guess they've probably iterated on it now, and it's not a broken game anymore. But so maybe a reason to play it now.
And I am the only one who can stop it.
I know it launched without any real NPCs. I think that was a major issue for a lot of people.
Your righteous crusade has
And you were
gone too far.
pretty much following a breadcrumb story from computer terminal to computer terminal, trying to find out where your father was.
This is a choice that can never be undone.
It's interesting though, isn't it, when they say how popular it is on Game Pass, and it makes you think, well, there's got to be something to it. Everyone isn't downloading it and continuing to play it if it's that flawed.
What the hell was that? Expedition Squad Delta, report, over. Squad Delta, what's going on out there? Come on, this isn't funny.
I know you can hear
Bethesda parties. That's what she did. More Fallout.
The Wasteland isn't the only open-world playground with an amazing community. The Elder Scrolls Online from ZeniMax Online Studios has now surpassed 18 million players and shows no signs of slowing down. Right now, our players are enjoying the new Blackwood chapter, part of the Gates of Oblivion year-long adventure. We've got a lot more to come in ESO, including the conclusion to this epic story later this fall with ESO Deadlands. And with the release of ESO Console Enhanced this Tuesday, the game will deliver a true native experience optimized for the Series X and S.
I've always thought about playing it, but it feels like one of those games that you need a lot of time for, and you need to become pretty much dedicated to playing that and that only. And I don't know.
It's a new world with new rules. Now, nothing is off the table. Winning this battle will take a new breed of fighter. Wait.
Oh, yes, please. Give me some of this, please. I've watched quite a few streams of this being played, and it looks absolutely amazing. I can't remember what it's bloody called now. Terrible memory, me. But it is. It's just beating the shit out of each other and knocking them off. That one's especially good. You have to carry them and drop it down a hole. But of course, if you time the hole right, you can drop down the other team and stuff. But yeah, it's that beautifully cute fuck you mechanic game that I really, really like.
It's vicious.
It is amazing. Imagine your wife getting her hands on this game.
God help us.
Yeah, party animals. Yeah, and it is. Yeah, there's loads of kind of streams for if you're playing on the PC, and it just looks amazing fun. Oh, what a game!
Stupid boy. I told you nobody gets out of here.
Try and stop me.
It's mental.
When were we playing that? We were playing that like 2019, weren't we?
Yeah, tail end of 2019.
Yeah, but it was absolutely amazing. got me already. It's got piano music.
It looks very Little Nightmares, Limbo, like.
Yeah.
Or
hugely kind of indie platformer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right up my alley. Yep, I'm into that.
I mean, I guess it's important to know that a lot of these probably will be coming to PlayStation as well, but it is that Game Pass that is the differentiator, isn't it?
Yeah, and obviously I've got my cheeky little eye out for anything that says
the 20th anniversary
PC
of Xbox
as well.
and the 20th anniversary of Halo. To our millions of passionate fans, thank you.
We wouldn't be here without all of you.
Our goal
I really
has
hope it's
always
not
been to bring
a
players
20-minute
together.
playthrough again
And
like
for
it was for the
first
Xbox
we're
conference.
thrilled to offer our entire multiplayer experience to all players across Xbox and PC with no barriers. Halo Infinite multiplayer will be free to play and invite more of you than ever before to become a Spartan hero. I'm excited to be here with Joseph Staten, the creative director of Halo Infinite. From helping craft the original Halo Combat Evolved to leading the fan favorite Halo 3 ODST, Joseph is a Halo visionary. It is so great to have him back with Halo.
Thank you, Bonnie. And hey, everybody. For us, and I hope many of you, Halo has always been about heroism and wonder, about fighting to keep humanity safe against impossible odds.
The master race always has the advantage, Kenny.
Sci-fi world.
God, that sounded a bit nasty, didn't
one
it? I'll
part
take that
of
back.
Bethesda Halo Ring,
Don't clip that.
The largest, most wide-open environment we've ever built, and we can't wait for you to explore it.
One of the things I found disappointing about that prolonged demo we got in the last one is yeah, it does look beautiful, but again, it was very much. It's the same sort of setting. It's the same ships. It's the same Halo-looking dudes. It's the same enemies.
117.
It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard sell for me at this
In
point.
the next chapter of the Chief's story, he'll face his greatest challenge yet. But you're not alone in the fight.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here. You have one bullet against an entire army. What can you do on your own?
I told you. It's enough.
So I see.
I need you to understand. There's not much time. If you knew how you were going to die, you knew how you were going to die. How would you live your life differently? How would you live your life differently?
What happened? Where is Cortana?
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
How? By you?
Of course not. Did you hit your head or something? Don't you remember? My instructions were to enter this installation, imitate Cortana, and lock her down for retrieval. Yours were to take her back to the Infinity for deletion. So if it wasn't you... Okay then. There's something else. On successful deployment, my deletion routine was supposed to complete. Still here.
Good.
Good.
Something stopped your deletion. We need to find out why.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
Are you sure?
Of course, you can't have a Halo game without multiplayer. And on Xbox Series X, you'll be able to enjoy Infinite's multiplayer action at up to 120 frames per second. Finally, I'm very happy to announce that Halo Infinite's first free-to-play multiplayer season and Infinite's story-driven campaign will launch together this holiday.
A new day is upon us. A new generation built to fight. Together, we are unstoppable. Are you ready?
No scope. Big shot. Killing spree. Double kill.
Hello, let's do some damage.
Skewer acquired.
Grapple jet.
Claim the
Grapple
enemy flag.
jet.
Return it to base.
Doesn't. It's not grabbing me. Halo never has.
No.
But
Ordnance drop inbound.
One of the things that like looking at this multiplayer demo is, I mean, like, I'm not the best first-person shooter player in the world, but looking at it, I wouldn't have a clue who's on my side. Because it just seems to be that there's just a small colour differentiation, but they've all got the same armour. Someone needs to invent a game where you can have shirts and skins. Go old school. I'd just be running around going, am I supposed to shoot that dude? Am I not? I have no idea.
Now, show me what you can do.
Oh, straight in the nuts. Yeah, like I'd certainly need more differentiation between the I'm on the red team and I'm on the slightly pinky red team. I'd be like, I'm shooting everyone then.
Kenny throwing shade on 120 frames per second. The brain can't process it.
Yours can't, you fecking idiot.
Evil has survived. A dark figure wanders in the east. He must be stopped. At all costs.
Diablo?
Just think I'd always play games like this on the PC. Just couldn't see myself playing it on the through the console.
Fear me. You're too late. but it will be your greatest moment.
Yeah, my brain's just indoctrinated to playing anything like Diablo on the PC now.
These things, where do they come from?
From all of us. From what we do to him.
Can you stop it?
I don't know. But he's my brother. And I would die for him.
I've heard very good things about the first game.
I got it on the PC, but I haven't got around to playing it. And was that Daisy Ridley again in there? Or did I imagine that?
It rings every hour, señor presidente.
Hola, fascista.
I recognize that voice. Let me ask you a question.
If anyone says anything about him being the Mandalorian, I'll lose my shit.
What exactly is your plan? Hold hands, sing songs around the fire?
Good old Moff Gideon.
Fuck off, he's Gus Fring, he'll always be Gus Fring.
Time you learn about resolver, Danny. To take down Castillo, a guerrilla needs the right tool for the right job.
Keep talking.
It's a stealth operation. I got you covered. Taking out a high-value target? I have just what you need. You wanna blow shit up? Juan Cortez at your service. Everyone in Yara saw that shit. What? Wait a second. Who brought the rooster? Hey, whatever you need to get the job done, Danny.
Next time I see you, I want to play with that crazy backpack deal.
I like how you resolver, Juan.
I quite like the setting and the vibe in the trailer, but I've never really played even the Far Cry games I've got. I've always kicked in a couple of hours and then moved on. This is more my vibe. Come on.
Oh, Slime Rancher.
I quite like that. I did play quite a lot of hours of it. I'll probably play it a little bit, but it wouldn't like rush me to get an Xbox. But I certainly reckon I'd sink sort of a good double figure hours in it at some point.
Boom punch. Welcome back to Shred-ageddon. Here's a new trick. Let's go.
Stack it. Oh damn. Stack it. Oh damn.
You know, snowboarding and skateboarding games, it's a genre that I just don't understand.
No.
Really don't get it. Get the appeal, but
I tried skateboarding in real life once. Wasn't a natural, and then it put me off of ever trying it again or any games that involve it.
People seem to love them.
Yeah, over the years, there's been a ton of successful games and franchises built off the back of these sort of games, isn't there? But yeah, just never done it for me. I guess like the appeal is that if you're a dude in Ipswich, let's say, for example, you're probably unlikely to ever get a chance to go snowboarding, so it allows you to live that dream that is actually out there. But yeah, never done it for me.
Okay, this is good. This is good. This is really good. Holy sluthering whip whoop!
I spend most of my time whenever I've tried one of those games just trying to stack it really hard because that's funny. See how your body ragdolls.
this is the midstream lull for me. Need something to grab my attention.
So much too. Grow a heart. Mitch will be downloading this track right now.
This is it's Atomic Heart.
I think
they said that at the very start.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't mind the look of it, but I'd want to see a lot more and find out if it's a 3-hour gaming experience. You are right. You have hit the mid half-time lull, haven't you? Oh, some text. Give me a text-based game. Boo, graphics. I did start writing stuff down about this game as we went through, but I soon got bored of that as a concept. And went, I'll rely on my shit memory for if we talk about it next week.
This is good. I like this new 3D, 2D aesthetic that we're getting in games now.
Got like a kind of really old like Strider vibe to it, but brought right up to now. I quite like the look of that.
in the first year of Grounded.
Did you ever go back to this?
Kept busy.
I didn't. No.
No, neither did I. I told myself I would, but
Fighting.
Wonder how much has changed.
The pond. Ziplining. Flying things. Now, to celebrate, we present the Shroom and Doom update. It gives the people what they've been asking for. Like sitting. No, seriously, a lot of people want to sit. Hats for when you get sick of your human companions. And of course, mushrooms. But not those kinds. We've also got something that literally no one was asking for.
Look away now.
Oh, gross.
The Brood Mother.
Look away.
Oh, gross.
She's so terrifying.
I actually can't look at that. It's disgusting. Huh?
You should probably turn on arachnophobia mode.
Yeah, I will do.
Even her blob scares the shit out of us. Go big. Or never go home.
I had such high hopes for it,
and
but I just think
we added achievements too.
Ark
Nice.
had kind of sucked all of the desire to play those sort of games out of me for a while.
That's fair enough.
I might revisit it. Oh, there you go. Absolutely amazing game. Just fucking brilliant. 15-player lobbies. I mean, I'm terrible at it, but I'm in. Again, no, totally a PC game for me.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I tried it on Switch, and just when you're having the discussion, it's just so hard to type anything in.
Yeah. Someone just picks your colour, doesn't have to explain why, and everyone just goes someone to the colour,
Exactly.
so let's just do
That's
it.
what it is. Did that say cross platform at all? Crossplay?
Oh, I didn't notice actually.
No,
it would be good if it did, although again, you'd still have that kind of conversation barrier. But and by the way, this is if this is coming to Game Pass, then I really am buying an Xbox.
What is it?
It's I don't know how you pronounce it. It's the Iuden Chronicles, but it's made by the people who made Suikoden on PlayStation, which is my favourite JRPG of all time.
There you go.
Yeah, it's on the list. Oh, I say Windows as well, so maybe I'm not buying an Xbox. But yeah, like that and Psychonauts too. I get obviously tapping into a retro vibe for me is stuff that I've liked before, but yeah, very big releases.
You have shown an aptitude for applying lethal solutions to conflicted
I remember us having this conversation now because I remember saying that my mum played Suikoden.
Yeah, and again, I mean, it's probably not the best JRPG, but it's just one that I have a whole lot of love for. Come out in the same
100 characters and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it came out at the same sort of time as, I don't think it was far off of Final Fantasy VII, so it was obviously left behind in the wake of that. And it is a lot more simple 2D top-down affair, but yeah, just I found it great. I think it was the first JRPG where I was like, right, I'm getting all 100 characters, I'm making sure I explore every inch of this world. It's what got me my JRPG bug.
Been forgotten. Their daring choices echo across time, turning land into kingdoms and mortals into legends. history was in your hands, what would you build?
Build a pub.
How would you fight?
There's the tavern.
Pub and a knocking shop.
Where would you go? What will you be remembered for?
Brilliant pub. What if they're saying then it's on for Xbox? Yeah, she would take that.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, 'cause I just couldn't imagine playing that on an Xbox.
No.
I don't think I've played an Age of Empires since #1, which I did like, but then there's always Civilization games to play instead.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice, and we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Now, something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running. These pointless slow-motion shots make everything seem cool.
I think I want to see the one.
I quite like it, yeah.
Please be
that wah sound can mean only one thing. We must gaze over an epic shot of a world, and there should be lens flares. Now we see our hero, but only their silhouette, because the developers haven't finished the design, or finished the story, or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show. In fact, the only thing they have finished is the title.
Okay.
It's a shame because Outer Worlds is one of those games I don't think I gave enough time to, but I love that trailer. I love the mocking and taking the piss out of themselves. I think that's great.
Yeah, do the exact same thing and not show anything.
Yeah.
Fair play. Oh dear. Move on.
What's the name, mate? Give it a chance. I'm with you now, move on. In my head and my heart, when I saw a small plane, I was thinking, oh, is this going to be some sort of kind of... they're going to go to an island, it's going to be an Uncharted type thing, but now I think it's just a small light aircraft simulator, isn't it?
I mean, it looks amazing. People seem to enjoy these games. But...
Again, another genre I just could never get on with, like... because you're not looking at it like this. You're in a cockpit looking out of a tiny window in these games. Like if I'm watching that, that's quite serene. But if I'm playing the game, I'm looking at 20,000 dials and a very small window.
But you know,
what's I saying? If I am watching it from the outside, I cannot control the vehicles because I need to be in that tiny window to realise what's up and down on my controller.
But then being on Game Pass, you can give it
once
and done.
I can crash a plane. Oh, Top Gun. I'm in. They want me back. As long as I can eject like Goose.
Yeah, actually. Someone used to play Top Gun in the playground at school. It's got me back in.
I wouldn't be Maverick though. I would be Goose, or I'd be Iceman. So what? I know there's still a bit to go, but I mean, they have shown a lot, haven't they? I think it's a very good, almost the opposite of what we saw last year pre-launch, where I felt they showed very little and focused far too much on an eternity of Halo Infinite. Oh, here you go. Here's your car game.
I think if I was going to give a Forza a go, I think it would be one of these Horizon games where you can just go wherever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I've played quite a few Forzas in my time, and one of the Horizons. I like it, but it has a very limited shelf life to me. I think being a car nut really helps for this, whereas I tend to go like, oh, I've had a bit of fun, move on. I haven't really had a desire to get to the top high-level super speed cars. I prefer kind of a nice little mid-range number. Yeah, I imagine that'll be a big hitter for it when they'll have a queue of people on November the 9th.
I'm Mike Brown, Creative Director at Playground Games, and I can't wait to show you what we've been working on. Horizon is known for fun, freedom, and beauty. This year, the Horizon Festival arrives in beautiful, diverse Mexico. This is the largest and most diverse open world ever in a Forza Horizon game. And there is no better car to explore it than the stunning AMG Project One Forza Edition. Rendered in unparalleled detail and with ray tracing in Forza
Can't
Vista,
get a Mini.
thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles.
These more Ford Fiestas.
Yeah.
Ford Escorts.
I've invited along some of the team to
Ray
help
traced
give you
Ford
a
Escort.
taste of some of the amazing content that's waiting for you in
That's
Forza
some
Horizon
cherry.
5. Please welcome Bill, Maddie, Sierra, and Don.
4K
from the
fag ash on the back.
Yes.
Hey guys, what's up? Hey everyone.
Tape player with one song stuck in it
And we
over and
also
over
have
again.
Abraham with us as well. He's one of the talented actors who will be appearing in the game.
Bienvenidos a Mexico. I can't wait to show you what we've been working on.
We begin in
It's
the
actually Scottish.
rainforest on an expedition.
It does
This
sound
is a
like they
new
said to him,
campaign
like, go
to
as
set out on a
generic
adventurous
as you
journey
possibly
across
can.
Mexico to explore new
I can
locations
speak
and
Mexico.
discover
No, we don't want
places
actually
for
want
the
that. We want you to
festival
sound like a cartoon character speaking Mexican.
We're getting close.
There you are.
Have you seen Speedy Gonzales?
Car through the Mexican jungle
Channel your
army.
inner
Doesn't
Speedy.
get much better than this.
Oh, this looks nice.
It does look good, yeah. But again, you're not doing it from that view. Anyone who plays car games in this view, there's something wrong with them. You're in the car.
This city is still a jewel of Mayan architecture.
That's a peek at our adventurous campaign. But Forza Horizon has always been a game that's best enjoyed with others. Let's go and see what some of our other players are up to.
Oh, please let someone be like me on the demo and just stack it straight into the wall because I get distracted by something.
Right down to the individual needles on these cholla cactus. The scene looks real, but there are no tricks. This is in-game. Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project One Forza Edition in Mexico's lush living desert.
That looks like a waste of resources, doesn't it? When you're rendering the needles of cactuses that are
Yeah.
going by at 150 mile an hour.
everyone else we see here.
They look amazing when you crash into them.
And it looks like Maddie has been joined by some other members of the Forza team.
It does look pretty amazing though, doesn't it? I like the balloons.
Let's leave Maddie for a moment and head out to the coast and meet Don. Don is already on the move, exploring this idyllic seaside town. This is a recreation of Mexico that is honest, authentic, and filled with love.
Well, apart from the fucking cars going 100 miles per hour around the streets.
This is a mural by Mexican artist Farid Rueda. Just one of the many beautiful, faithful pieces of Mexico you'll find all over Forza Horizon 5.
Get an achievement for that, make a note.
While Don drives down to the beach, we'll jump over to the Gran Caldera volcano. Check out this geology detail, implemented with precision
like
accuracy using
doesn't it?
photogrammetry data captured on location atop an active Mexican volcano. The entire world has
And look
been
at this dickhead go belting past it and not notice.
And here's Sierra in her favorite off-road buggy. The volcano Sierra and friends are exploring is the highest point ever in a Horizon game. And thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles, from up here we can see for miles in every direction.
I mean, and I'm watching this
in the distance, we can just about make out
1080p.
Guanajuato. Let's take a
that on
closer look.
big tellies and close to 4K.
Guanajuato is one of the most beautiful cities anywhere
Although
in the
my
world.
TV is not much different than watching it through a small screen on YouTube.
Vibrant
So.
architecture. It even has a sprawling network of tunnels. And these twisting, turning, overlapping streets mean that as well as looking good, it plays great too. As we see here, as Don is challenged in Horizon's open world battle royale, The Eliminator. While Don tries to win that race, the rest of our players are still out exploring this diverse open world.
They're
Let's
lost,
head
is what
north
he's
to the
saying.
canyon. The Horizon series is known for its uplifting beauty.
Someone going, where the
And
fuck
using
are
our
we?
unique HDR camera,
We've been past this bit
we captured
8,000
24-hour
times.
shoots of real Mexican skies at 12K resolution. And thanks to the Xbox Series consoles, these photorealistic skies result in lifelike lighting that dynamically changes every frame, making you feel like you're really there. Here's Maddie again. She's joined by Abraham and some other members of the team. Our players are using Forza Link, the new AI assistant that intelligently tracks the status of you and the people you meet online, and then helps you link up and play together. We'll now head deep into the rainforest and rejoin Bill and the rest of our players. Here we see our new volumetric lighting system filling the scene with God rays as the sunlight dapples through the dense rainforest. A Horizon arcade minigame is about to start. Forza Link knows that Bill loves minigames, so it intelligently prompts Sierra to invite Bill. Bill accepts, and they're seamlessly linked together with their GPS route set. With that Horizon arcade minigame starting soon, all of our players are coming together. This minigame is called Piñata Pop, signaled by the Horizon cargo plane dropping a payload of piñatas.
Ooh, over this way. Gotta catch up to you guys.
Our players now have to work together to find and pop as many as they can.
Okay, go up here to the left.
There's loads along the main road.
Yeah, see, silly mini games like this
here.
need to play.
There's some between the houses.
I think having stuff like that to intermingle between straight up street
While the team
races
grabs
is a
those
good
last
idea,
few
isn't it?
piñatas, we're going over to the stadium because I have one more thing to show you. This is Event Lab, the incredible new toolset that allows you to create your own races, game modes, and gameplay experiences. You customize everything, right down to the fundamental rules of the game.
Never use it, but I'll certainly play what
Forza
people
Horizon
create.
5 is the largest, most fun, and most beautiful open
I mean,
world
some
we've
people will
ever
spend
built.
hours creating some
And
amazing
it will
tracks
truly
on
be
that,
an
wouldn't they?
astounding showcase for the Xbox Series consoles when it comes to Xbox Game Pass this November 9th. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in Mexico later this year.
Yeah, I think it looks amazing, and I'd play it. But I think my
Team Xbox
long-term plan
is on
will come
mission
down to if there's other
bring
people
the
playing
joy
it
and
that I
community
know.
of gaming to everyone on the planet. That's why you, the gamer, are at the center of everything we do. Today, we showed you 30 games. 27 of them will be available on Xbox Game Pass. Now, through the end of the year, you can
Can't
look
remember what
forward
ones
to
were.
back-to-back monthly releases landing day one on Game Pass, led by 5 new titles from Xbox Game Studios, as well as highly anticipated games like Back 4 Blood, 12 Minutes, and The Ascent. And as we look ahead to next year, I'm inspired by the creativity of Bethesda and Xbox Game Studios. We showed you the highly anticipated RPG Starfield coming exclusively to Xbox. But we also have some of the industry's best RPG storytellers working on Avowed, Fable, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout
There you go.
76,
A little sneak of Fable
The
there.
Outer Worlds 2, and Elder Scrolls 6. We unveiled the stunning multiplayer mode for the world's most beloved shooter in Halo Infinite, adding to the roster of iconic Xbox shooters alongside Wolfenstein, Gears of War, Perfect Dark, and Doom. We premiered the most epic open-world racing game, Forza Horizon 5, bringing you a vibrant and authentic depiction of Mexico in a game built from the ground up for next gen, while the team at Turn 10 is hard at work on the next Forza Motorsport. Our growing family of 23 studios is devoted to advancing the medium we all love. Xbox has been here for 20 years, and that's because of you. Our team strives to make Xbox a place where you'll find the greatest games, the most dedicated developers, and the most passionate community. Together, we all make Xbox the best place to play. Before I go, there's one more thing. Take a look at this brand new original game from the Arcane team at Bethesda, the studio that created Prey and Dishonored. Arcane created something new for them, an open-world immersive shooter that you can play alone or with your friends. And like Starfield, this game will be an Xbox exclusive.
One of my favourite songs ever.
Pobre Vivon. I'm gonna have to take you apart again. Hey, Dev, anything interesting?
Yes, there's 2. Expandable, 25 centimeters, dramatically elongated.
Go on, make yourself useful.
So, that was fun, right?
That's your cue, mate.
Sleep tight.
You know what this reminds me of? My time in the Himalayas.
Letty's later down.
You think they can't kill you anytime they want?
Hey, asshole! How do we always get into this shit?
In the field in Redfall, Massachusetts. Behind me, we are witnessing clear signs of cult activity as the locals engage in
Hey!
Really hope the video was worth it.
Everybody, fall back! People need to know what happened. Layla, with me. Get me on the roof now.
Thank you, Layla. You're the best. Oh, Jacob, don't even mention it.
Revan! Now or never!
Where's the other one? Where'd it go?
Give me a chance.
¡Ves, cabrona! Ah! Jacob, there's something. Thump goes the rabbit's eye. Oh shit. Dev's gonna love this one. You better have a plan, Jacob.
Yep. Don't miss.
Don't touch me!
Look! A new one!
Vivo, venate! Go, go!
Kill me, and you can bring the blood trance. It's only just begun.
Yeah, I think there's vampire in this.
Really? What does it taste like? Be specific.
Like blood and death. And strawberry.
Sun's coming up. Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving.
Sure thing, Edgar Allan Bro.
That's a good one.
Do you think things will ever go back to normal?
Would you want to go back to normal?
Not if I still have to pay my student loans.
I mean, that looked good to me.
Yeah, I liked it. I like the vibe it had. You know, like you know, we talk about the graphics and the gameplay styles that we like, but I think the thing that gets me to come to a game these days is more like, has it got like a kind of interesting vibe, interesting story, and it felt kind of very Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn-esque, the way they were setting up that crew. So I'm just giggling because that reminded me of the opening part of the Outer Worlds 2 trailer. The let's mock every game trailer ever made and then do exactly the same thing.
I'm assuming that is it.
Yeah, I think this is just kind of like your clipettes of what we had. Yeah, I mean, I was really impressed with it.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I mean, there's a lot there. I came out with a lot that I wanted to play, so that's what we can ask for, really, isn't it?
Well, and sort of Starfield, Psychonauts 2 and that Udian Chronicles are like definite like purchases for me, and loads of other games there. I just thought, yeah, I'd play it, and especially as you, like, if you're a Game Pass subscriber and you're getting most of them for your subscription, then cracking, isn't it? Like, you have plenty of games to play.
I mean, if at this point, if you've got an Xbox and don't have Game Pass, then
God, yeah.
it's just like,
But I mean, like, you know, we said before, there's only so many hours in. Oh yeah, Party Animals as well. I do want to play that. There's only so many hours in a day, but I think for anyone who puts in a lot of time into gaming, it must be really hard to drop sort of 60 or 70 quid on a game now, knowing that you can get access to so many games you wouldn't have got around to playing. Yeah, just fantastic value.
I mean, that's a great point. At this point, the biggest cost differentiator between games on Xbox is the time required to play them.
Yeah.
Certainly in my life.
Like I said to you earlier, like Ratchet, like as much as I didn't really want to pay £70 for a 12-hour game, I would have, but I just went, but then I've got to find 12 hours, so I don't see the need to drop 70 quid on it today. Like, it's probably only when I have got a few hours to spare that I'll put into it. I think, oh yeah, I'll pick it up now. But as you say, with Game Pass, it's just there for you, isn't it? Like, you can download it, sit them on your hard drive, and then you can just play them whenever you want.
Big takeaway for me was, and I didn't expect this coming out, was Psychonauts 2.
Yeah.
So happy that's coming out in a couple of months.
Well, and you know, like I think I said to you on Twitter, I mean, like the first game's in my top 3 games of all time, but it is very buggy. It's a platformer with problems, but it hides those problems, or I don't know, just you don't care about those problems because the humour in it is so funny and it is so cleverly done, and that trailer made me think, yes, we're getting the same again with Psychonauts 2, that there's going to be as much thought into how smart and funny the storyline is, as well as I guess hopefully trying to improve the gameplay so that there isn't some levels where you have to try it 8,000 times and you literally want to throw your console out the window.
I mean, I've never played the first one, so I wonder if that will affect your enjoyment of the seconds, narrative wise. I don't know. I guess there'll be some callbacks to it, but it's such a long time, isn't it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, like, we constantly talk about how bad our memories are. Like, if you ask me to actually kind of run through, I mean, maybe when playing 2, if there are callbacks, it'll make me go, oh yeah, I remember that bit now. But yeah, I remember the experience more than anything else. But as I say, like, looking at a trailer, it looks like it had the it's again sort of that smart, irreverent, funny side of it that I guess I hope for out of these games. As we said, like, once you're playing a platformer, you're playing a platformer. So what is it that's going to get me to play one platformer over another? And I think it has to be the art style or the storyline, or I guess in most parts, as I say, that vibe and that humour that they bring along with it. Good old Psychonauts.
I've come out very pleased with that presentation.
And
Any
Redfall
downsides? Just to throw a bit of balance in there.
I don't know, not really. I mean, even the games that I weren't interested in, I looked at them and I thought they looked very good. And I think for the players who play them, I mean, I guess if we're going to be hypercritical, there's a lot of first-person shooters, a couple of platformers, some open world stuff, but there wasn't necessarily any game that made you go, wow, that's a gameplay style I've never seen before, unless I'm forgetting something. But yeah, there wasn't that really kind of new. I mean, as I say, Redfall, I really like the look of, but there wasn't that new franchise with a totally different style where you went, what is this going to be and what we're going to get? But I mean, that's pretty harsh criticism. Other than that,
you're picking faults at that point.
Yeah,
aren't you?
it's
trying
pretty,
to find a fault.
It was pretty good, and I imagine there's something for everyone there, isn't there? For everyone who's a gamer.
I'd agree with that. I think my only criticism would be the games that weren't there, and that's more down to my personal taste, really. I was just disappointed we didn't see a Fable. Certainly,
you got 1 second of it. They said it.
That is true.
Least, yeah.
I guess they can come back and say, well, actually, it was in the show. So
that's how much of the game they've got completed so far. 1 second.
But there we go. That was the Xbox 2021 E3 stream. Like I said, I think Square Enix is later tonight. I don't know what time it is, but I want to say 8:30.
I would imagine.
Could be wrong.
It's weird because I always think of them as having an early in the day, because I always think they'd want to get quite a Japanese audience eyes on it. But I guess it's worldwide now, isn't it? You can access this stuff at any time of day, can't you?
I'll do another one of these for Nintendo. I think that's only going to be 40 minutes long. I think that's on Tuesday as well.
Is it 35 minutes of Super Smash Bros?
I hope so, just to hear you whinge about
that's less for anyone who's ever watched the show, and that's more for us on Twitter behind the scenes. I can't even remember what one that was. That 2 years ago?
I think it was, yeah. And, I think they nearly repeated it last year as well. I think they might have kicked off with a character reveal.
I hadn't fully fallen out of love with Nintendo at that point, but that was the death knell for me in Nintendo. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested for you guys, because I know you and Mid are obviously big. And I've said to you before, I still love all the Nintendo franchises, so I'm always interested. But obviously, anything now is just games that I will never play, so it kind of stifles my interest a little bit on it. But yeah, I hope there's some cracking stuff in there for you, and I hope it isn't, as I say, just a 35-minute release of a new character into that.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I think that might, off the top of my head, I think it might be 5 o'clock on Tuesday. But again, I could be wrong. But I'll chuck up a scheduled stream, so you'll be able to see when we're planning on going live. But anyway, yeah, thank you for joining me, Seddon.
I was going to say, if I can finish work in time, I might just be a cunt. It's a pleasure, mate. As I say, it's quite nice because I don't know about you, but it's been I've been off games a little bit in recent time. Just haven't really been spending a lot of time on it, and I think I needed this conference and needed something from this conference to maybe kind of G me back up again. And certainly, I think that was great guns, and I think doing things like this keeps your level of interest into it as well, doesn't it?
I'll be interested to jump onto Twitter and just see what the general reaction to that was.
Yeah.
But
I'm hoping positive because I feel like it should be positive. But yeah, I guess maybe sometimes mine and your bar for what social media will think of something isn't always spot on, is it?
Indeed, and you have to, I guess, take into account the console war morons as well. But there we go.
Yeah, and as I say, like,
story,
for someone who doesn't have Xbox and someone who only has a PlayStation currently at the moment, it's encouraged me to probably look at picking up an Xbox, but in no way get rid of my PlayStation. I kind of go, well, actually, probably for the last 2 generations, you end up owning both, or certainly at different points end up owning both, because there is
Sometimes
so much
multiple times.
Yeah, there is so much exclusivity to things, and I think if you like games, you want to play those games. So, but yeah, you're right. There'll be loads of people who will be just going, PlayStation is better, Xbox is better.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, we've kind of got the right chat balance and just shutting up and letting it go. But it's the first time I've done one of these things. So I think we did okay.
Yeah.
Until next week. Next week, probably Tuesday. Sorry, that's just ingrained in my mind. That is
next week, though. I always think of Sunday as the last day of the week.
That's
So
it is. Yeah. Take care, and we'll see you on the other side. Goodbye.
Bye.